Hey guys, today we're taking a look at the X-Pac 18 drone. I got a black one and a white one. I always tell people when they send me drones, send me two because I'm really gonna put them through the paces. And this one is this price point on Amazon right now. And it comes with a nice case and two batteries and even batteries for the remote. So it comes with a nice case, extra batteries for the remote. It's under $100. Look at the reviews on Amazon. This thing must be fantastic for Amazon to buy it and to sell it, because they wouldn't sell a drone they didn't like. No, Amazon doesn't sell the drones. They just let the manufacturer send them to them. They remarket them and then they get a percentage when it sells. What do you mean Amazon doesn't buy drones and sell them? Who sells them then? Like I just told you, the manufacturers sell them. When you go to Target and you want to buy a Nabisco cookie, do you think that Target buys that cookie and then sells it to you? No, they just lease that shelf space to Nabisco, and when the cookie sells and you buy it, they get a percentage. Same thing with Home Depot shelves, and it's the same thing with Amazon. They get a deal with the manufacturer ships them to all the distribution centers, and then you buy it and people leave reviews, and that's how the reviews get up there. So Amazon doesn't have a clue if this is a good drone or not, and they don't stand behind it. They'll let you return it, which is nice with Amazon, but they don't evaluate the drones. So it's not up to Amazon to decide what drones they sell? Well, it is up to Amazon if they want to sell the drone or not. They don't have to work with every manufacturer, and there's some they don't. So how do we know which drones to buy? How do we know if the reviews are right or not? Well, typically when you see a lot of really good reviews, that means it's a good drone. But when you're spending $100 and it's not a brush drone and it doesn't have GPS, you need to do your research and see if there's other drones out there that are better. Is this X-Pac 18 drone any good? Well, I'll tell you what, let's go put her up in the air, then I'll come back for my final review. And if you've bought this drone, congratulations with starting with the inexpensive drone to learn how to fly a drone. But we'll go over it and see if there's better drones at the same price point. And if you did buy it and you want to learn about the interface with the app and the functions of the drone, then I'll sit down and I'll go over that with you. So let's go put her up in the air. All right, so that's speed one. It's not a GPS drone, but it's not very windy out. So this isn't the first time I've flown the drone, it's actually the second, but the other day it was really windy. You can't fly a non-GPS drone when it's really windy, especially when there's light as this drone. But I can say this drone is really quiet. And it does. Here's some pictures that it took. They're okay, and the video would not transfer. I tried everything. You know, there's no SD card in the drone, so it sends it straight to the app. And I could kind of watch it in the app, but it wouldn't transfer out of the app. Every time I did it, the app just kept crashing. I tried it on my phone and the iPad. So don't buy this drone if you think you're going to get any video out of it. But you're not buying a drone like this for the camera. You're buying a drone like this to learn how to fly a drone and have some fun and learn the orientation of it. So when you're outside flying it, just be careful with the wind. Go straight to speed 3 if you are going to fly it outside. And as I'll mention in the final instructions, use the remote to control the drone. Don't use the app to change the speeds and take pictures and videos. One thing is, if you look down at the app for more than just a second, this is not a GPS drone, you can lose the drone. So if you're spending too much time fiddling with the app, I've looked up before and I think aliens stole the drone because it was in the sky and all of a sudden it was gone because I took my eyes off of it. Unless you have a visual observer that's helping you fly the drone, don't look down at the app for more than like a second or two. Because there's no return to home, because there's no GPS and there's no satellites connected to the drone. You are the pilot in command of this, which is good, and it'll teach you how to fly a drone, but GPS really helps if you're looking at. And also these are brushed motors, so if they do get into a bind, it'll strip the little gears out in there. That's what brushed motors mean versus having brushless motors, and they take a little bit more battery life. Also, I had a lot of problem getting the battery out of this drone. You have to have a screwdriver to pry it out. You're not going to be able to slide it out with your hands. But I do have to give the drone its props. It does fly really good with no latency in the controls, and it performed very well. So let's go in for our final review. All right, wasn't too bad. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the review of the X-Pac 18 drone. So what do I think about how it flies? Well, it flies great. It really does. What was the flight time? Not really good. How was the camera? It was so-so. I don't like how this camera is unprotected in the front. Do I think it's worth the money? Well, 5 years ago, about its only competition would have been this Eachine E58, and this thing would have been a fantastic buy. It does come with a nice remote, extra batteries, even batteries for the remote. I like the remote, I really like the case. But for $100, if it was me and it was my $100, I just think there's a lot better drones out there for the money. And one of my last reviews was this LYRC L90 drone but it's from Banggood, which is a pain to buy, but it's a GPS drone with brushed motors. But from Amazon, I really like the DERC D60. It has twice the flight time, a really good camera, and it comes in at this price point. And I really like this drone. But for a little bit more, you can get a GPS drone. And for $99, I really like the Holystone HS440. So both of these drones, in my opinion, are a better drone. XPAC wanted to see this video before. And guys, XPAC, of course, has no input on my reviews. That's not the way this works. It's my job to give you an honest review of what I think about the drones, because mainly I focus on budget beginner drones. But in 2023, I am going to branch out and start doing some video production. And also, I'm James and my wife is Kathy. We're going to start another channel called 60 Years Young, where we're going to talk about pickleball and e-bikes and lifestyle of being 60 and over. Now, I'm not 60 yet. Kathy is over 60. But our channel is going to be about living a healthy lifestyle over 60. So that'll be coming out next year. I'm really excited to announce that. So as always, if you got something out of this, please like and subscribe. Subscribers mean everything to me in this channel, guys. And next, it's getting so close to Christmas. My next review is I'm going to review all these drones. The best ones under $50, the best one under $100, the best one under $200 and $300. And I'll categorize all the drones I think are best for Christmas. And I'll go over the different options that drones come with, and what brushed motors means and what GPS means and things like that. If it's your first time to be watching a drone video and you're like, what the heck is he talking about? I'll explain that and go into that in more detail. So guys, if you got something out of this, please like and subscribe. Subscribers really mean everything to me in this channel. Hit that like button and the bell so you'll be notified when that new video comes out. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. But if you want to hang around, I'll show you the interface with the app and the functions of the drone. Thanks for watching. So on the drone, they are brushed motors, and you turn it on here, and it is nice that it lets you know how charged up the battery is. The camera does stick out to the front. I do like the lights. The battery is just almost impossible to get out with your hands. You really can't get it out trying to slide it. You have to almost take a screwdriver and stick it in there and pull that out. So that's not good. So it has a light in the back, the two in the front, and then the two in the front here. So it is pretty easy to keep orientation of the drone when it's flying. It flies really good. So on the drone and the remote, to get it connected, you turn the drone on, you turn the remote on, but it's not going to take off if you push the takeoff button, because the remote's not bound to the drone. So you got to bind it by going up and down on the left stick. It'll blink fast, then they stop blinking. Now it's bound to it, but now you got to set the gyros. So when it takes off, it's not going to fly right. So have it on a flat surface and hold down on this button. Now the gyros are set, so now it knows what flat is. Up here is the speed. If it's windy at all, be sure and push the speed button. And on this side is headless mode. Don't ever use headless mode. That takes away the orientation of the drone. And the whole point of having a budget drone is to learn how to fly it. You press this button to take a photo, and press on this one to start a video. This is your takeoff and landing button. This makes it spin. This is a return to home button. It is not a GPS drone, so it's just going to fly into the wall. Don't ever push that. And this will make it land. These are your trim buttons. So I flew it with my phone, but I'm going to show you in my iPad how to use the app. So it's the Attop XPAC 18 app that you get by scanning the QR code in the directions. So even if you go to connect, it's not going to connect to the drone because it's a Wi-Fi drone. So what you have to do is go out of the app, go to your Wi-Fi, the drone is on, so you open up your Wi-Fi, you hit XPAC 18, and now the device is bound to the drone. So now when you go back and you hit connect, now when you go to the app, you see that it's working. Now I wouldn't use the app. I would just use the remote. These functions, especially for the speed, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And that's with all budget drones. You can hook it to VR drones. You can push this to start a video. And you see the timer. You can stop it. You can take a picture. Yeah, see, I think it definitely works better to take a picture with the remote. So we want to go home. We want to look at the pictures we took. And there's the pictures we took. We just took that picture. So there's photo, and here's some videos we took. So there is no SD card, so it saves it to your device. Comes with 2 batteries, a charger, and extra props. And make sure you get the right ones on to the right direction. And these are brushed motors. If you get these in a bind, there's a little gear in there and it'll strip it out. So be sure and kill the motors if these ever get into a bind. I really do like the case. So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you bought this drone, tell me how you like it. Or if you have questions on other values of other drones and ones you want me to review, leave a comment. And I'll see you in the next one.